The power of gratitude. Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something simple, yet life-changing. The power of gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for what we have, no matter how small. In a world where we are always running behind more success, more money, more things, we often forget to appreciate what we already have. Gratitude is not just saying a thank you, it's a mindset. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, our whole life begins to feel richer. Science shows that grateful people are happier, sleep better, and have stronger relationships. It doesn't take much to practice gratitude. Just taking a moment daily to think of 3 things you're thankful for can change your day and eventually your life. Whether it's your family, your health, or even just a sunny day, every moment of thanks adds to your emotional wealth. Gratitude helps us stay positive even during difficult times. It reminds us that even in the storm, there is still something to be thankful for. So let's make gratitude a daily habit. Let's say a thank you more often, appreciate the small things, and choose to see the good. Because when we choose gratitude, we choose happiness. Thank you. Gratitude means appreciating what we already have. This simple idea carries deep meaning and powerful results when we truly understand and practice it in our daily lives. In today's fast-moving world, we are constantly surrounded by messages telling us that we need more to be happy, more money, more clothes, a better car, a bigger house. Social media shows us perfect pictures of other people's lives, and we start to believe that our life is not enough. But when we stop for a moment and look around us, we can find many things that are already good, already beautiful, and already fulfilling. That's where gratitude begins. Appreciating what we already have does not mean we stop dreaming or growing. It simply means we do not ignore the blessings we have while we chase new ones. For example, a person may want a better job, and that's okay. But at the same time, they can be thankful for the job they already have, the skills they have learned, and the experience they are gaining. This balance between growth and gratitude keeps our hearts peaceful and our minds strong. Gratitude helps us notice the small joys of life. A warm cup of tea in the morning, a kind smile from a friend, the roof over our head, food on our plate. These are all things we often take for granted. But when we pause and truly notice them, we start to feel more satisfied and less anxious. This habit of noticing and appreciating small things can make every day feel special. It trains our mind to see the positive side of life, even when things are not perfect. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we appreciate the people in our lives and let them know it, they feel valued. A simple thank you to a parent, a friend, or a coworker can improve trust, communication, and emotional connection. When people feel appreciated, they are more likely to be kind in return, creating a cycle of kindness and respect. This is why gratitude is often called the heart of strong relationships. Moreover, gratitude helps us become more resilient. Life is not always easy. We face problems, loss, and failure. But even in dark times, if we can find something to be thankful for, a lesson learned, a helping hand, or even our own strength to keep going, we begin to heal faster. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain, but it gives us hope and helps us focus on what is still good. It reminds us that difficulties are part of life, but they don't have to destroy our happiness. One powerful way to practice gratitude is by keeping a journal. At the end of each day, we can write down 3 things we are thankful for. They don't have to be big. Even something as simple as I enjoyed my lunches or I heard my favorite song on the radio counts. Over time, this habit trains the brain to focus on the positive instead of always worrying or complaining. Studies show that people who keep a gratitude journal are more optimistic, sleep better, and feel more connected to others. Another way is to express our gratitude out loud. We can make it a point to tell someone we appreciate them, to compliment someone's effort, or to thank someone who has helped us in some way. These small acts of recognition not only make others feel good, but they also bring joy and warmth to our own hearts. In the end, Appreciating what we already have is not just about being polite or saying a thank you. It is a deep, personal practice that shifts how we see life. It helps us realize that while we may not have everything we want, we already have so much to be thankful for. This shift in mindset can bring peace, joy, and strength that no amount of money or success can ever provide. It is more than words. It's a positive mindset. Many people think gratitude is just about saying a thank you when someone gives us something or does a favor. While this is a good and polite habit, real gratitude goes much deeper. It's not just about spoken words, it's a way of thinking and living. A grateful mindset is when a person chooses to see the good in life, even in difficult times. It's about how we think, how we view our experiences, and how we respond to the world around us. Gratitude becomes a part of our attitude, not just our actions. Having a grateful mindset means we train our minds to focus more on what we have than on what we don't have. It changes the way we look at life. For example, instead of complaining about waking up early for work, someone with a grateful mindset might think, "I'm thankful I have a job to go to." Instead of being frustrated with a busy schedule, they might feel thankful to have people who depend on them. These are not magic thoughts. They are real examples of how mindset shapes our mood and experience. When we practice this regularly, our mental and emotional health begins to improve. People with a grateful mindset, because they focus on the positives, they are not easily irritated by small problems. They are able to give others the benefit of the doubt and see challenges as part of life's learning journey. This mindset can lead to better decision-making, stronger relationships, and less stress. It helps people to slow down and reflect instead of reacting negatively to every small problem. One of the most powerful aspects of a gratitude mindset is how it helps during hard times. Life is not always smooth. Everyone faces pain, loss, or failure at some point. But people who have a habit of gratitude are often able to find meaning even in difficulty. For example, after losing a job, a person may feel sad, but if they have a grateful mindset, they might also think, "At least I now have time to explore new paths," or "I'm thankful for the skills I learned." This kind of thinking does not erase the pain, but it gives the person strength and hope to move forward. This mindset also affects the brain. Scientific studies show that when we regularly focus on things we're thankful for, the brain starts forming positive thought patterns. The more we practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to feel happy, calm, and hopeful. Just like muscles grow stronger with exercise, our positive mindset grows stronger the more we use it. This is why people say gratitude is like mental training. It shapes our thoughts and feelings in a healthier way. Gratitude also increases self-awareness. When we start noticing the good in our lives, we begin to understand what truly matters to us. We start to value relationships more than possessions, kindness more than status, and peace more than power. This change in mindset often leads to a more meaningful and satisfying life. A positive mindset based on gratitude is not automatic. It takes practice. But the more we do it, the more natural it becomes. It helps us wake up with a better attitude, respond to challenges more calmly, and connect with others more deeply. This mindset does not depend on how perfect our life is. It depends on how we choose to see our life. And when we choose to see it through the lens of gratitude, everything begins to feel a little brighter, a little lighter, and a lot more worthwhile. Grateful people are happier, healthier, and more peaceful. This statement is not just a saying. It is supported by many scientific studies and real-life experiences. People who regularly practice gratitude tend to live more joyful and fulfilling lives. Their happiness doesn't come from having more money or a perfect life. Instead, it comes from appreciating the small blessings that others might overlook. When a person focuses on what they are thankful for, their mind becomes calmer, their heart more content, and their body more relaxed. One of the most noticeable effects of gratitude is on mental health. Grateful people are less likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, or constant worry. This is because when we focus on positive things, like love, kindness, health, or even small daily comforts, our brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals naturally boost our mood and reduce stress. Instead of getting stuck in negative thoughts, grateful people are more likely to see solutions, hope, and meaning in life's situations. They don't deny problems, but they choose to focus on what's still going well, which protects their mental health. Gratitude also improves physical health. Gratitude also improves physical health. Research shows that people who practice gratitude have stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, and fewer physical aches and pains. When we are constantly stressed or unhappy, our body reacts with tension, high stress hormones, and even illness. On the other hand, people who feel thankful experience relaxation and balance in their body systems. They sleep better, eat better, and take better care of themselves. For example, a person who is grateful for their body is more likely to eat healthy food and exercise, not out of pressure, but out of appreciation for the life they have. Another key benefit of gratitude is better sleep. Many people lie awake at night thinking about problems or regrets. But when someone practices gratitude, such as by listing 3 things they are thankful for before going to bed, their mind becomes peaceful. This habit reduces overthinking and creates a sense of calm, which helps people fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restful sleep. Hurrah! Good sleep, in turn, leads to better mood, sharper thinking, and more energy during the day. Gratitude also plays a big role in creating peace in our hearts. When a person is grateful, they are less likely to feel jealousy, anger, or resentment. Instead of comparing themselves to others, they focus on their own journey. They stop blaming others for their problems and start taking responsibility for their happiness. This inner peace is powerful. It helps people stay calm in chaos, be kind in conflict, and stay focused even when life is busy. Grateful people are more forgiving and understanding because they know how much they have received and they want to give that same grace to others. In relationships, grateful people build stronger connections. When someone shows appreciation to their family, friends, or coworkers, it creates a positive environment. It encourages others to feel valued and respected. A simple thank you can reduce tension, resolve misunderstandings, and build trust. Over time, gratitude becomes the foundation of lasting, loving relationships. People feel closer and more supported because they know they are seen and appreciated. Even during hard times, grateful people find reasons to smile. They may be struggling, but they still find comfort in a kind word, a friend's support, or a moment of peace. This mindset doesn't mean they ignore pain. It means they refuse to let pain control their whole life. Gratitude gives them the strength to move forward with hope and patience. In summary, people who practice gratitude live with a deep sense of happiness, good health, and inner calm. Their lives are not perfect, but their hearts are full. By choosing to focus on the good, they create a better experience for themselves and for those around them. Their joy does not depend on circumstances, it grows from within. Simple daily habits like listing 3 good things can build gratitude. This may seem like a small action, but it has the power to bring big changes in how we think and feel. Our minds naturally focus on problems, worries, and things that are missing. This is called the negative bias, and it's how humans have stayed alert to danger for thousands of years. But in today's world, this habit can make us feel stressed, unhappy, and unsatisfied. That's where gratitude steps in, and one of the easiest ways to develop it is by building a daily habit of writing or thinking about 3 things we're thankful for. This practice is often called a gratitude list or a gratitude journal. It doesn't require any special tools or long hours. You can simply take a notebook, a phone note, or even your thoughts before bed and say to yourself, today I'm grateful for, and name 3 things. These things don't have to be big or important. They can be as simple as, I had a tasty lunch, I saw a beautiful sky, or I received a kind message. The goal is not to impress anyone, but to train your brain to see the good. At first, this might feel strange or forced. Many people struggle to think of even one thing they're grateful for because they are used to focusing on what's missing. But with time and practice, the mind becomes more open to noticing positives during the day. For example, if you know you'll write your gratitude list at night, you start noticing good moments throughout the day, just so you can remember them later. This awareness slowly changes how you look at life. Over time, this daily habit has been shown to improve mood, reduce stress, and increase feelings of hope. Psychologists have found that people who do a gratitude practice for just a few weeks feel more joyful, have better relationships, and even sleep better. One reason this works is because it helps shift the focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. When we stop and remember our blessings, even small ones, we realize that there is still beauty, kindness, and meaning in our lives. Another benefit of this habit is that it builds emotional strength. Life is full of challenges and some days are hard. But even on bad days, finding 3 small things to be grateful for can make a difference. Maybe you're feeling sick, but someone took care of you. Maybe you had a tough conversation, but it helped clear misunderstandings. When you look closely, even the hardest days have moments of light. Writing those down reminds you that pain and blessings can exist side by side. Parents, teachers, and leaders can also encourage others to use this habit. In families, parents can ask children at bedtime, "What are 3 good things from today?" This helps kids grow up with a positive mindset. In schools and workplaces, gratitude activities can create a kinder and more supportive environment. Sharing gratitude with others also strengthens relationships. If you include people in your gratitude list, like thanking a friend for their help, it makes both you and the other person feel good. The best part about the 3 things habit is that it doesn't take much time. It can be done in 5 minutes or less, and you don't need to buy anything. But the benefits are long-lasting. As this practice becomes part of your routine, you may find that you complain less, smile more, and feel more connected to the present moment. It's also important to vary the things you write about, so the habit doesn't become mechanical. Instead of repeating the same things every day, try to notice new details, like the sound of birds, the taste of a meal, or a kind word from a stranger. This keeps your gratitude fresh and genuine. You might even begin to notice beauty and kindness that you used to overlook. Eventually, this small daily act becomes a powerful tool for shaping your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It turns ordinary days into meaningful ones and trains your mind to seek the good no matter what the day brings. It helps us stay strong during hard times. Life is full of ups and downs. Everyone faces challenges, losses, disappointments, and moments of pain. These difficult times can leave us feeling broken, hopeless, or lost. But gratitude gives us a tool to survive and even grow through those hard experiences. While it does not remove pain, it changes the way we handle it. Gratitude becomes a source of emotional strength and mental stability when everything else feels uncertain. When we go through problems such as losing a job, failing an exam, going through illness, or facing rejection, it's easy to focus only on what went wrong. Our mind becomes filled with negative thoughts, questions, and fears, but gratitude gently shifts our attention toward what is still going right. For example, even if someone loses their job, they may still have their health, their family, their skills, and their hopes. Gratitude reminds us of these remaining blessings, and that reminder gives us the courage to try again. In moments of grief or sadness, being thankful may feel difficult. But even then, we can often find something to hold on to, a kind friend who checks in on us, a peaceful morning, or the strength to cry and express our feelings. Gratitude in these moments doesn't deny the pain. It simply adds light to the darkness. It becomes a quiet voice that says, "Yes, this is hard, but I am still here. I still have reasons to keep going." Many people who survive deep pain or trauma often talk about how gratitude helped them heal. They say that focusing on small positive things help them feel human again. Whether it's appreciating a warm meal, a caring nurse, or just making it through another day, These small moments of gratitude act like emotional medicine. They don't erase the wound, but they support the healing process. Gratitude also helps change the story we tell ourselves. For example, if someone fails in business, they might feel like a complete failure. But if they reflect with a grateful mindset, they might say, I failed, but I learned important lessons. I discovered my strengths. I still have support. This kind of thinking turns painful memories into powerful lessons. It gives the person a feeling of control and understanding rather than helplessness. That mental shift is what builds resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after a fall. Another way gratitude helps during tough times is by connecting us with others. When we are thankful for the people in our lives, our family, our friends, our teachers, even strangers who offer help, we feel less alone. Gratitude opens our heart and lets love and support come in. It breaks the wall of loneliness and shows us that there are still good people around us and that we are cared for. This emotional connection can lift us during our weakest moments. Even spiritual or religious people often turn to gratitude during crisis. In many faiths, giving thanks is considered a way to stay connected to a higher power. Saying Alhamdulillah, a thank God, or any form of spiritual gratitude gives people comfort and meaning, especially when life feels out of control. It brings peace to the soul and helps them accept what they cannot change, while still having hope for the future. One powerful example is keeping a hard times gratitude journal. During difficult phases, people write down the small wins of the day, like I made it through without giving up, or someone smiled at me. These notes may seem simple, but they create a sense of progress and emotional survival. Each entry becomes proof that we are still standing, still moving, and still finding good in the middle of pain. Gratitude, in essence, is emotional strength. It helps us see that even if life is not perfect, it is still precious. It teaches us that setbacks do not define us. By focusing on what we still have, we begin to feel hope. And that hope helps us rebuild, restart, and recover. ChatGPT said, gratitude makes relationships stronger and more meaningful. When we regularly express thankfulness to the people around us, it creates a deep emotional bond that builds trust, respect, and closeness. Relationships, whether with family, friends, coworkers, or even strangers, thrive when appreciation is shared. Gratitude helps us recognize the value of others and lets them know they are seen, respected, and loved. This simple act of appreciation becomes the foundation for lasting and healthy connections. One of the biggest problems in relationships is that people often feel unappreciated. In families, for example, parents may feel that their hard work is taken for granted. Children might feel that their efforts to do well go unnoticed. Between couples, partners sometimes feel unvalued despite their support and sacrifices. Even at workplaces, employees may feel demotivated if their dedication is never recognized. But when someone takes a moment to say, "A thank you for helping me," or "I really appreciate your effort," it can transform the entire mood of a relationship. It creates a feeling of being respected and acknowledged. Expressing gratitude also improves communication. When people feel appreciated, they are more open, more willing to listen, and more likely to speak with kindness. Gratitude softens misunderstandings and reduces tension. Instead of focusing on each other's mistakes or weaknesses, people begin to focus on strengths and positive actions. For example, in a disagreement between friends, saying, "I value your opinion," even though we see things differently, can prevent the conflict from becoming personal. It shows maturity, understanding, and respect, qualities that make any relationship stronger. Gratitude also encourages more generosity and kindness. When someone feels appreciated, they are naturally motivated to continue helping and caring. This creates a cycle of goodness. You say thank you, the other person feels good and continues being kind, and the relationship grows in trust and warmth. It's like watering a plant. Every word of appreciation is a drop of care that helps the bond grow stronger over time. A simple message, a handwritten note, or a kind gesture can leave a lasting impact on someone's heart. Another way gratitude strengthens relationships is by helping us focus on the good in people, even when they're not perfect. Everyone has flaws. Everyone makes mistakes. But when we choose to be grateful for what someone brings into our life, their love, their efforts, their time, we stop expecting perfection and start embracing people for who they are. This acceptance leads to more peace and fewer arguments. For example, instead of getting frustrated over a spouse forgetting something, we can remind ourselves of the 100 other things they do right and thank them for it. In difficult times, gratitude can hold relationships together. When families face financial stress, illness, or emotional challenges, it's easy to become frustrated and blame each other. But when people in the family still express thanks, like a parent telling their child, "I'm proud of you for staying strong," or a friend saying, "I'll thank you for being by my side," it strengthens emotional support. These small acts remind each other that love and care are still alive, even in the darkest moments. In professional relationships, too, gratitude builds teamwork and collaboration. A boss who regularly appreciates their team creates a more motivated and loyal workforce. A coworker who says thank you after receiving help builds trust and mutual respect. It creates a positive environment where everyone feels seen, heard, and respected. People become more willing to cooperate and less likely to engage in jealousy, competition, or blame. And yours tell them your blame. Years later, people don't always remember what gifts they received, but they always remember how someone made them feel. A sincere thank you, a warm smile, or a note of appreciation becomes part of someone's emotional story. These memories add depth to relationships and increase their emotional value. By making gratitude a habit in our daily interactions, we improve not only how others feel, but also how we feel about them. We begin to see the beauty in others, value their presence, and connect with them on a more meaningful level. Gratitude in this way becomes a bridge that brings hearts closer together. So, let us remember that gratitude is not just a word. It's a way of life. When we start each day with a thankful heart, we begin to see the beauty around us, the strength within us, and the love between us. Gratitude turns what we have into enough, and it transforms ordinary moments into special memories. No matter how busy or difficult life gets, there is always something to be thankful for. So let us choose gratitude, not just today, but every day. And if you found this message inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tap the bell icon so you never miss an uplifting video. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay grateful, stay positive, and stay blessed.